Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Hello and welcome to this episode of our show. This is your host, Keith Doherty. Today our special guest is top real estate agent Floria Hakimi of Empire Realty Associates based out of Danville, California. Floria's business philosophy is to listen to her clients and to attain their goals. As a longtime resident of Danville, she stays on top of the local changes and trends to educate her clients and guide them in the right direction, and according to them, her greatest asset has always been her ability to listen attentively and then follow through her commitment to her buyers and sellers and negotiate the best outcome for her clients. She follows the same principles in both her professional and personal lives. She is also involved with mentoring newer agents who are starting their real estate careers. Floria is well versed in the following areas: schools and educational opportunities, recreational activities, businesses and corporations, local builders and neighborhood developments, and working with green builders. Her expertise in home selling and marketing includes Alamo, Blackhawk, Danville, Diablo, Dublin, Lafayette, Livermore, Moraga, Pleasant Hill, Pleasanton, San Ramon, and Walnut Creek. Her certifications include being a founding partner of Empire Realty Associates, a licensed real estate agent, a top producing agent since 1987, a certified luxury home marketing specialist since 1992, a relocation specialist, a member of Alameda and Contra Costa Board of Realtors, as well as a member of the National Association of Realtors. All right, with all that said, Floria, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Floria, if we could start for our listeners, what led you into real estate? Was it something that you always knew you wanted to do, or did you maybe stumble into it?
Neither one. I never thought that I would get into real estate. It wasn't something I had thought about. I was in the wholesale of diamonds, and I designed fine jewelry. And there were a couple of holdups, and I thought, maybe I should look into a different career. And so I talked to people who know me, kind of consulted with a few people that I trusted, and they said, based on your past experience and your education and how you've done in that industry, you should consider real estate. And I thought, I kind of resisted the idea. I thought it's kind of a mass industry and people can get into real estate from high school, and so I resisted it, but I went and got my license, and then I thought, okay, I'm going to do it for a couple of months and see how it feels. And that was it. I never stopped.
Can you talk a little bit about what personal attributes, traits, or qualities you think have most contributed to the success that you've had in real estate?
I am very committed to whatever I make a commitment to, and I thought that the way I saw it in the very early days was that in order for a real estate career to be successful, I have to look at it as a lifetime career, and I have to count on every client as the foundation for my future business. So that's how I did it. It was one client at a time, and I took very good care of each one of them, and I remained detached from the outcome. I just focused on serving their needs, and here I am. So that's how I built my business, one at a time.
And obviously, with your path to success and along the way, that there's sometimes bumps in the road, sometimes trials. Can you talk a little bit about some of the adversities or trials that you had to overcome in order to achieve your goals?
Sure. Well, this is an industry that is extremely challenging. The area that I work, we have thousands of wonderful agents. They're all very good and professional, many of them. And so it requires showing up every day and renewing your commitment to your clients. And at times you run into people that don't know you, and you have to deal with them or choose not to deal with them. And I'm very blessed that I have come to a point that I can choose who I want to work with, and there should be mutual respect. And also there is ups and downs in our business. You know, as successful as one assumes to be, even at very high production, you may run into months of no business, and despite of everything you do. So one has to be prepared both emotionally and financially to endure the dry times and continue to do everything as you are supposed to, trusting that the business will come in time. And I've had those periods as recent as last year. So, you know, out of nowhere, you know, everybody changed their mind. Things didn't, you know, they pulled it off the market. They decided not to move forward. Things just didn't come together, and we just have to keep at it and know that things, you know, switch, and then all of a sudden you're going to have massive amounts of business.
And I guess when you know, as these obstacles, as these challenges come along, you know, what kept you going despite the obstacles? Why didn't you give up? What's your driving force?
I love what I do. I wake up every morning and I look for someone to hire me. I'm very passionate, and I know that I can make a difference. I trust that. I will do a great job for them, and should they feel the same and choose to work with me, I know that I have one more family added to my circle of family and friends. So, yeah, I wake up with excitement every morning to get to work.
And Floria, I guess looking forward, what's your vision for your business and your career, say, over the next 5 years?
I think pretty much, you know, I've had people that have helped me with tasks, but I'm the main agent, have always been very hands-on, and clients can always find me. I always answer their calls. But I think in the next 5 years, I want to bring some systems into place so that I can start delegating more and focus on what I love to do, which is negotiating and being in front of the client, and do the core business, but be able to delegate pretty much everything else. That's my goal.
And I guess kind of on top of that, what do you feel is the best way that you market yourself as a real estate professional so that you can have continual growth?
I believe in multifaceted touching of the client. So I have a commercial in the movie theaters before the national commercials come up. I have ongoing ads in the local high-end and luxury magazines. I am in the city brochures for, you know, guiding the new relocating families. I am very active on social media. So my LinkedIn, my Facebook page, my you know, all the presence that I have on social media is revisited, and they're all fresh and updated. And I'm also active on Zillow. And I always ask my clients to, after a transaction is done, if they don't mind, to write a review. And so we refresh those on an ongoing basis. That's what is so rewarding when everything is done and you have overcome all the obstacles in a transaction, which is never short of surprises, to read what the client's experience has been, because that's all that matters. And I'm very blessed to have very good reviews and happy clients.
And I think sometimes when the general public looks at real estate agents, sometimes they have a perception of what they think they do or what they don't do. I don't think sometimes they really see the full value of everything that you do and bring to the table, both from a buyer and a seller standpoint. What do you think the biggest misconception or myth that people have about working with a real estate agent?
Very good question, because I get asked from my clients what do you think of me getting my real estate license and getting into real estate, because we had such a good and smooth experience with you. And I used to be very naive, and I would say, sure, go ahead and get your license and come. Of course you will be successful. Well, now I know better that, it is one of those industries that looks easy on the outside, and it is quite complicated. And in order to do a good job, one has to be, you act like a full company with a marketing, an accounting, a filing person, you have a secretary, you have all in one, and then you act as the principal. And it does require a lot of different skills. One has to continue to study, practice, learn, grow, find out about new trends. It is very time-consuming. One has to have a lot of discipline in order to live a life while doing real estate. Otherwise, if you want to be a top producer, it can consume you. And you look back and 20 years have gone and you have sold billions, but you don't know how the years went by. So it requires a lot of balancing along the way to make sure you don't take your eyes off your whole life. But to do that requires commitment, devotion to clients, being service-oriented. So one has to be a consummate of a lot of skills in order to do a good job and last for a long time in the business.
And Floria, let's say you get a call from a family member or a friend, and they're in another state, and they want to sell their home. Mm-hmm. And obviously with your experience and probably with your network, you could probably do a referral or find them an agent to work with. But if you were to give them some general advice, what advice would you give them about selecting an agent that could best serve their needs? Kind of how you make sure you take care of your clients. What would you tell them to look for?
I would remind them that they need to feel comfortable with the agent and feel that, they connect. It is important to check the references of an agent. It's best if it's a word of mouth or a referral from another agent so that, they've already performed, done well by others. They also need to have the tools. I'm part of the leading real estate companies of the world, and I am also a luxury marketing specialist. So if somebody has a multi-million-dollar property, the agent has to have the means, the financial strength to spend the kind of money that is needed to market a property properly. And if it is even if it's a condominium in a high-rise or a townhouse in a suburb, you need to know, make sure that the agent has knowledge of the area, ask questions, feel comfortable to take notes, but have a good sense, because so much of what we do is about what we know. And because the presentation folders of agents can be quite impressive, depending on what company they work with. They have a presentation and they all look the same and they all say they do the same thing. But in truth, what makes the difference is the knowledge, experience, expertise, and the devotion to the client.
And obviously, Floria, you're based out of the Danville, California area, and if somebody's looking for real estate services or an agent in that general area, what's the best way they can find out more information about you and how you can help them?
I would recommend that they check my website, which is homesbyfloria.com, and they can look me up on Zillow, type in my name, Floria Hakimi. They can call me. They can check my resume on LinkedIn. Again, put the name Floria Hakimi. And there are many ways of finding me. If you Google my name, it will come up and there will be pages and pages of things that I've done. I'm very involved with my community as well. I'm very, very deeply involved with a few nonprofit organizations, and so I do a lot of social activities as well. And you probably know that I'm also a tutor at the School of Practical Philosophy. So you won't miss me if you type in my name.
Excellent. Well, Floria, I obviously want to thank you for taking your time out of your schedule to come here today and share all your professional real estate experience with our listeners. And if you're listening and you want to learn more about Floria, obviously go to her website or you can Google her, like you said. Also below this interview, we'll have a link to her site and any other contact information we have so that you can see how she can help you. So with that said, everybody, until our next show, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.